Hey, my name is Jonathan Shropshire. I'm the Director of Teen Employment here at Central Detroit Christian. I'm a full-time director here. I run a 12-week program throughout the school year called the READY program. It stands for Recruit, Employ, Advance, and Deploy Youth. Our goal is to give juniors and seniors resources to train them and develop them in the workforce in professionalism. And so we work with 4 components in our program to kind of experience and enrich that for the youth. It's computer literacy, customer service, intro into business management, and community engagement. And so those 4, we have them stretch over the span of 3 weeks in those categories till the 12-week program is over. And we just want to deep dive into all of those categories to really enrich them. So for the computer literacy, we teach Microsoft Office, resume building. We help them establish like a Google Drive and just give them basic competencies in computer literacy so that they can enter into the workforce. You'd be surprised, a lot of kids don't really know Microsoft Office, and it seems so typical to just get on Microsoft Word and go through it, but PowerPoint, Excel, just giving them those skills that some of us use in everyday lives for professionalism. And so we want to teach them those skills. We also do that customer service. So customer service is really awesome. CDC owns 3 local businesses. One of them is Peaches and Greens. It's a produce store in Detroit, Michigan. And so what we do is we saw a need in the community because there was no fresh produce in our community. We had to travel far to Dearborn, to all these other places just to get basic needs. But there's a liquor store on every corner that sells us junk and all this other things that, that some of us don't need. So produce store, we saw a need. We planted in the community a fresh produce store, and we have youth stationed there to work at the produce store directly with the public to gain customer experience and customer service skills. We also have a laundromat, and then we also have the first and only licensing of aquaponics. And what aquaponics is it's farm and fishery. So we raise the fish, we feed the fish ourselves, healthy fish, and then we sell them. And then we also grow regular plant life as well, and kind of teach the kids what that looks like. So that's the customer service piece. We have a piece also that's called the Intro into Business Management. So that's on Saturdays. So there are kids right now at Peaches and Greens doing something called City Kids Soup. And City Kids Soup teaches 11th and 12th graders how to make their own soup, which is kind of awesome. So they make their own soup. At the end of the year, we go to Eastern Market and we sell that soup at Eastern Market. And so it really teaches them what it means to take ownership of making your own product and selling your own product and what that looks like. So we really take pride in doing that. And then last but not least, one of my favorites, CDC was founded on youth programs. And so it's always started with like a tutoring and mentoring kind of sense. And so we run a program for after school Monday through Thursday called Breakthrough. Breakthrough is exactly that. We are breaking through some of the youth systemic issues that they're dealing with in their education. So 3rd grade reading level, most of them are reading underneath their reading level. Some are reading at a kindergarten level. And so a lot of them in the 3rd grade are in danger of not passing and being held back in the 3rd grade because their reading level is so underperformed. So we do one-on-one training with the kids to improve their reading level and their math and some of their other areas of education, so they at least catch up or improve with their course. So we, of course, want every kid to be at the reading level at the end of the 16 weeks that we work with them. Some may not, some do, but at least we want to see that with our help, they have scaled and have improved greatly from being a part of this program. And so that is the community engagement piece that we work with, the Breakthrough program. We do a karate class in that for electives. We do baking, and we also do holy yoga in those electives as well, Monday through Friday in that. And so our kids, the juniors and seniors, have the privilege and the opportunity to be grade level leaders and help manage and run those programs, along with helping tutor kids and mentor them with their homework as well. And so those are the 4 categories that we have. They rotate 3 weeks in each until the 12-week program ends. We do a huge award ceremony for the kids and just really clapping them and applauding them for being consistent throughout the program. We do give a $30 stipend for each week of participation, which is really fun. Some kids need incentives, so despite however good the program will be and can be, kids don't want to be part of that unless they get paid for it, to be honest. So we give them an incentive and we incentivize that. And that's just phase one. Phase one is just strictly going through the whole 12 weeks of the program. We have 3 phases. The second phase, where we try to partner up with different people who have entrepreneurship, who have mentorship and internship resources and opportunities. We try to partner up with them so that after our kids leave the program, they go into something else, working with someone that kind of aligns with their career aspirations or goals, and so that we can help continue to keep them focused and guided and pouring resources into them. And so that's where we need other people for partnerships. That's where we need other people to say, hey, I have a passion to see the community enriched. I have a passion to see these systemic issues that our community has faced. I want to see that break, and I want to be a part of that change. I want to be a part of people having shalom, which is peace. Peace in their finances, peace in their financial literacy, peace in their educational structures, peace in their households, in their families. And so we want to partner with people who want to accomplish a common goal, and that's to enrich this community and give it a shalom, because we know that the African American experience has not been that of shalom because of all of the systemic issues that we have experienced. And so that's why we fight so hard. We believe that God has given us this call, and just like Jesus has touched our life, we in turn want to touch other people's lives in Jesus' name, so that they, one, experience wholeness and shalom outside of faith. But if we do it, the heart and the goal behind it is so that you understand that God does love us and that He does give us strength, encouraging resources to be this community, to impact one another. That's where I need people to come and support in that. People who love and have a passion for young people and who want to give them opportunities. Who don't give them a pass, but who give them opportunities. So we want them to work hard for everything that they have, because that's the real life, working hard to achieve. And so we don't want to give them a pass on now having to work hard, but we do want to give them the resources that they feel like they can take advantage of great resources and have a leg up. And then phase 3, which is the last phase, is we like to keep in contact with them over the span of 2 years. And so we want to follow up with them. We want to see how they're doing in college. How are they doing if college isn't for them? If they take a trade, are you excelling in your trade? There's so many opportunities for people to succeed and make a nice amount of income, and it doesn't have to be college all the time, even though we do push education. But it might not be for everybody. It could be videography, it could be coding. There's all types of construction and just different trades that they can take advantage of, whether it's plumbing or just all types of resources that kids have these lofty desires to take advantage of, and they just need people who want to follow up with them and pour into the resources. And so phase 3, we continue to try to pour into the resources. We take them out to lunch, see how that path is, and still stay as that mentor to make sure that they're in the right and correct pathways that we have. And that's our program. I got here, I was I worked here for 10 years. And so I started when I was 17 as just a regular junior. And I had the opportunity to mentor kids and be a part of the program with helping kids with homework, helping kids with mentoring, and being a part of some of those electives that I mentioned earlier. I loved it so much that at age 19, I actually took over as the day camp director in the tutoring program and mentoring program. So I started running, scheduling the whole curriculum. We had lots of volunteers, maybe over 200 volunteers. I think over 400 kids were a part of our program. So I was overseeing all that just at 19. And so I kind of started making some transitions. At about 20, I began to take over middle school and work with high school. And so I ran a tutoring and mentoring program for them as well. Between 21 to about 26, I ran that whole program. And so I ran something called Club, which is still in existence now. Club is a program where we just want to create a safe space for youth. It's like a safe haven. We pick up and we drop off in this event. We get the kids in this area, they play games, they have fun, they make meaningful relationship and interaction with some of our volunteers and some of the people who really love God and who want to impart their faith into the kids. And they mentor them, and so they have that opportunity for that safe space for that. And then we feed them, and then we give them a message of inspiration and hope, which is the gospel. John 3:16, for God so loved the world, who he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but will have everlasting life. And so that's our drive behind it, to give them hope and to give them life, because a lot of our children are dying, not only outside, but inside. And so we want to give them hope. We want to give them life so that they may stop existing simply, but start living and living in the fullness of Christ. So we do that, and I did that for a long time. And then at 26, I walked away from the company to kind of do full-time optical for a couple reasons. And then I had a big moment where my mentor died, who was my boss here at Central Detroit Christian for quite some time. He passed in 2019, August 30th, which was a pretty devastating period for me. But one of the most prominent things that he told me before he passed was, son, you got to get back to pouring into your community. You got to get back to loving on the youth. You got to get back to doing what you love to do. When he passed, that was one of the most resounding things that stayed with me. I had an opportunity to come back to the organization, and I took it. And I can truly say that I've enjoyed walking in purpose with loving on the youth and just exposing them to these programs and opportunities. We have a website called centraldetroitchristian.org. It provides all of our staff, all of our programs, all of our resources. It lays out what our aspirations is for our community, and so ways to donate, ways to volunteer, ways to just see what we're doing and maybe partner up with us in some form or fashion can all be found at centraldetroitchristian.org. And our address of the building is 1550 Taylor Street, Detroit, Michigan, 48206.